Okay, hi everyone. Eastrox is growing rapidly in China's energy market. In just 10 years, it has become one of the leading companies in the industry with more than 30% market share. Today, we invited Amanda, the CEO of Eastrox, and Gaia, the CFO, to discuss the future strategy of the company. Amanda and Gaia, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Hi.
Thank you.
Hi, Amanda. How do you evaluate Eastrox's current competitive advantage?
Well, Eastrock's success comes from mainly three core strengths that we have. First, our value for money positioning. It targets the mass market rather than the premium segment. Compared with, say, Red Bull or Monster, we provide more affordable products to consumers who need functional energy drinks. And second, we have built a nationwide distribution network covering millions of retail outlets since, energy drinks are usually impulse purchases. Availability is extremely critical. And third, we have a strong execution capability in fragmented retail channels. This allows us to expand quickly and achieve deep market penetration. Together, these advantages have really enabled us to gain significant market share and become one of the leading functional beverage companies in China.
Thanks. What is the biggest strategic challenge the company faces now, do you think?
I would say that the key challenge is sustaining long-term growth. Currently, a large proportion of Eastrock's revenue still comes from energy drinks. If growth in this category does slow in the future, relying too heavily on a single product category could create some strategic risk for us. Therefore, we're currently at a crossroads trying to decide whether we should continue focusing on energy drinks or perhaps expand into other new beverage categories.
Yeah, that sounds good. And Gareth, from a financial perspective, what are the risks of staying to focus, for example, on only energy drink?
That's a good question. I think that from a financial perspective, the main issue would be concentration risk. Energy drinks currently generate the majority of Eastrock's revenue, right? And if demand slows or competition intensifies, revenue growth could become volatile. Diversifying into adjacent categories such as sports drinks or electrolyte beverages could help reduce this risk and create additional growth drivers, I would say. And it may also improve revenue stability and support the company's long-term valuation.
Yeah, that's true. But I've noticed that too many global brands like Red Bull Monsters, they're still focusing heavily on their core strategy. For example, Red Bull Monster continues strengthening their position in energy drink by introducing new flavors and also investing heavily in branding and marketing. At the same time, a new US brand called Celsius have been growing rapidly by emphasizing the health-oriented positioning, promoting products as sugar-free and even more healthier functional beverages. How do you view these different strategic approaches?
That's a very good observation. I think that different brands adopt different strategies, largely because of differences in brand positioning and market structure. In China, the energy drink market is still largely volume driven rather than price driven. This means growth mainly comes from increasing consumption volume and expanding distribution coverage rather than just raising prices. And as a result, most brands, including Eastrock, do not yet have a very strong pricing power compared to premium brands in developed markets, like Red Bull, for example. And because of this market structure, our strategy has focused on value for money positioning and large scale distribution expansion, rather than just relying on premium pricing. And at the same time, we closely monitor global trends, such as health oriented functional beverages, with which brands like Celsius are promoting, for example. And these trends may influence future consumer demand in China and could create opportunities for product innovation within our functional beverage portfolio.
Yeah, that's good view. And Amanda, does diversification risk awakening Eastrock's core strategy?
I would say it depends on how this diversification is implemented. I mean, energy drinks, of course, will remain our core business and key competitive advantage. However, expanding into adjacent functional beverages can help us capture new customer demand and new consumption occasions. I feel for us, the key principle is to expand around our core capabilities rather than moving too far away from what we know we're good at.
Okay, so what strategy do should Eastrock pursue going forward, as you think?
I think Eastrock should mainly adopt a focused diversification strategy. As I mentioned, energy drinks will remain the core driver of our business. At the same time, we will gradually and slowly expand into adjacent functional beverage categories and explore selective international opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that this approach allows the company to maintain strong profitability from its core products while developing new sources of growth, right? And this would be balancing growth potential and financial stability.
Okay, thanks for sharing and have a good day.
Thank
And thank you so
you.
much. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.